You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS fans. It is time for Young and the Restless predictions for the week of May 29th through June 2nd. We have got spoilers about Adam Newman, Sharon, Sally. We have got another prediction about Victoria Newman headed for a downfall. We've got a prediction about Nick cheating, the fate that Phyllis Summers has awaiting, and Ashley and Jack's angry sibling dynamics. We're going to dig into all that in just a second. If you haven't, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers, casting news, predictions, everything you need to know. All right, our first spoiler for the week of May 29th and beyond. We have spoilers and we're using those spoilers to base these predictions on. So the spoiler is that Nick Newman steps away from Sally Spectra because he has to protect Sharon Newman from her stalker, who is Cameron Kirsten, who is back after 2 decades in prison. He's played by Lyndon Ashby, and he is a real monster. Nick's concern is absolutely valid. Our prediction, though, is that Adam Newman is going to leverage Sharon's stalker crisis to try and oust Nick from Sally Spectra's life. Adam remains head over heels in love with Sally, and Sally is carrying his baby. And he thinks, and Victor also thinks, that Nick is focused on Sally just to keep her away from Adam, like taking your little brother's favorite toy. However, after many, many months of sharing her bed, Nick did finally tell Sally that he loves her and he wants to be there for her. But of course, that plot point was only to heighten the tension when Nick bails on her to go protect Sharon. And Adam is going to make quick work. The official spoilers say this coming week that Adam is going to prove that he is the one who is there for Sally and not his brother, and he's going to reiterate to her how much he still loves her. Okay, our number 2 prediction for not really next week, but the few weeks ahead based on summer spoilers for Y&R, we see Victoria Newman headed for a major downfall. I have to ask you, as viewers of Y&R, checking out our soap channel here, do you think that Nate is the karma that Victoria deserves? Think about how long Victoria Newman has been behaving badly. Ever since Adam was given the CEO role at Newman Media, she has been fit to be tied and has been just honestly behaving in the most heinous manner. She is Victor Newman Jr. She is Victor personified. She is all the worst traits of Victor amped up on, I don't know, PMS steroids, because Victoria to me is almost unwatchable. Amelia Heinle is doing such a great job playing her, because I constantly want to throttle Victoria because she's so hateful and the actress is playing it so well. When you just, want to and choke some character, gosh, that actor is killing it. And she certainly is. So I think Victoria is headed for downfall. Audra and Nate are plotting. Nate is plotting against Victoria's family the same way he plotted against his own family. He's not actively plotting against Victoria right now, but against Nikki and Nick. That's who he and Audra are taking aim at, to try and get them out of the company, so then Nate can step over to be like CEO or COO under Victoria over at Newman, and he wants to hand Audra the reins of Newman Media, but Nikki and Nick are in their way. And soon, according to summer spoilers, Victor thinks that Victoria is exercising bad judgment and he is going to take control. Will this fling with Nate and her opening up the company to him be the beginning of the end for her as CEO? We will have to wait and see. My third prediction is that Nick Newman is going to cheat with Sharon Newman. Why? Because he always cheats on his partners. He cannot help himself, and there is nothing in the world that puffs up Nick's ego more than playing white knight to a damsel in distress. And very soon, Sharon is a damsel in distress because Cameron Kirsten is back. He is terrifying, and I can definitely see that Sharon might resist falling into bed with Nick because she's got her psych degree. She has been making better choices, but when she is terrified of Cameron all over again and is reliving all this, she's going to have some PTSD. And that was back when she and Nick were involved and he was comforting her and protecting her. And I can definitely see how they fall right back into those roles, and Nick may slip and cheat with Sharon. And even so, he's going to be neglecting Sally, and I definitely think he's still going to cross that line with Sharon, because that's what Nick does. Adam warned Sally, and I think Sally's going to see those worst traits of Nick play out. The problem is he's got those dimples. He's so handsome. He's so adorable. You don't want to think that he could do anything bad, but he just can't help himself with women sometimes, and I think that is what's going to happen all over again. Our number 4 prediction is that Phyllis Summers is headed to Fairview. I believe this is going to be an agreeable resolution for all parties, because Phyllis needs to pay some consequences for her actions, but you can bet that Summer is going to do all she can to keep her mom out of prison, and even if that impacts her marriage to Kyle Abbott, because she has already put that on the skids by lying to cover for her mother. I do believe that Phyllis is going to get a time out, and she may avoid criminal charges, and that could be to kind of balance out karmically, because Diane was never arrested. She never faced charges for faking her death, so a lot of people probably might think, well, Phyllis shouldn't either, because people got arrested after Diane faked her death. Nikki was one of them. There were several people who took their turns in the spotlight being accused of killing her. So I do think that Phyllis has to pay a price, but I think that price is going to be a stay in Fairview to get her head on straight and kind of get some anger management and get rid of this obsession that she has. Before we dig into our 5th and final prediction for the next week or so, please reach down, click that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can stay completely current on all of our latest Young and the Restless content to stay ready to see your favorite CBS soap opera. All right, number 5 prediction for the week or so ahead. Ashley and Jack Abbott are going to play chicken with each other. Corporate chicken. They are both on fire. Ashley hates that Diane has got her claws in Jack. Jack hates that Tucker has his claws into Ashley. These siblings are not going to see eye to eye. The difference is Jack fell for Diane after seeing her prove that she's a changed person. Ashley fell for Tucker after he told her he's a changed person, but he has not demonstrated it, because viewers know he had been warming his sheets with Audra the same time he was warming his sheets with Ashley. The guy has not changed. He is paying lip service to change, but Tucker is the same old scoundrel that he always was, and man, do I love his recast with Trevor St John. He is so much fun to watch. So back to our prediction about the spoilers playing chicken. Ashley announced recently that she was engaged to Tucker just to slap at her brother, and then she moved Tucker in as a further slap at Jack moving Diane in. And I do think that Ashley might try to hire Tucker over at Jabot, because the official spoilers say that she is going to make a move to oust Jack. And remember, Tucker ran his own company into the ground. He shouldn't be allowed to drive a car, much less a major corporation. And there's another spoiler that Jack makes changes at the C level, and I think he is going to hire Diane as his COO under co-COOs Jack and Billy. And I am still wondering if Ashley is actually going to marry Tucker just to prove something to Jack. And if she does, it's not going to work out great. I do enjoy Trevor St John. I hope he sticks around a long time, but he is a scoundrel. And the bottom line is Ashley's anger makes her vulnerable to Tucker's BS, and that is going to continue for some time. Share your thoughts on these predictions below and what you're looking forward to happening this week on Young and the Restless.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.